Hi, I'm Tobias Hurwitz, and I'm pleased to bring you the first installment of my comprehensive course on understanding rhythm. Now, you might be asking yourself, why do we need such a course? Well, it's because as a busy guitar teacher, I've noticed that my students need the most help with rhythm. They seem to have no troubles memorizing a list of where to put your fingers. You put one finger here, then you put two fingers there, and then you play this chord, and then you do that bend, and these are the list of commands which you need to do to play a song. But when do you do it? Do you know how to count it? Do you know what time signature it's in? Can you synchronize exactly with the recording or with other musicians? That's what rhythm is all about, and that's what we're going to be learning in this course. Now, I'm going to be using the Steampunk Metronome, which is a free app, to help demonstrate concepts as needed as we go. So buckle up and get ready to learn some rhythm. We're going to start by defining some terms, and I'm going to tell you what these terms are going to be. They're going to be pulse, tempo, beat, quarter note, 4/4 time, and common time. Now, these are all just basic rhythmic terms that attach to basic concepts which will help you deal with rhythm in your future journey and also as you take the rest of the lessons in this course. Now, pulse. Pulse is that beat that you feel in music, which is the easiest thing to feel. Now, if I put on some random music here, this is one of my songs, which is copyright free, which is why I'm using it. It's called Leviathan Warrior, and I'm going to just demonstrate what the pulse is. This is the pulse. You can feel that it's very easy to feel. People move their bodies to the pulse naturally. Now, the word pulse is sort of synonymous with the word beat. So when you count off a song, when musicians are in a band together and they all want to start at the same time, they go 1, 2, 3, 4, if they're in common time, which is 4/4. And then after that 4, you start where the 1 would be. So if you count off the song, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, you start like that. Now, that's why it's important to be able to feel the pulse and to understand that the pulse is usually what is called the beat, which is usually what is called the quarter note. Anyway, so that's what a pulse is. Now, tempo. Tempo is sometimes misunderstood. Tempo is simply the speed of a song or a click or whatever, what have you. Now, I've got the Steampunk metronome here set to a neutral tempo of 80. If I turn it on, well, you hear a click at a medium tempo of 80. And 80 means 80 BPM, which means beats per minute. Well, what if I just increase this tempo a little bit to 140 BPM? Well, now I have a faster tempo. So tempo simply means speed. How fast is it? Now, you understand pulse, you understand tempo, you understand the beat. Let's talk about what a quarter note is. Now, a quarter note is derived from dividing up what is called a bar into 4 equal parts. Now, a bar is a measurement of musical time, which in most cases lasts for 4 beats. If you go 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1 bar. Now, if I set this accent to 4 here, what you're going to hear is a number of bars of music, and the first downbeat of each bar will be accented. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that was 4 bars of 4/4 timing. Now let us get to what 4/4 timing actually means. So a time signature contains 2 numbers that are found to the right of the clef when you read music. The top number means, well, how many beats are in the measure or bar. A bar can also be called a measure. The bottom number means what kind of note represents the beat. So in 4/4, you have 4 quarter notes in a measure, which is why you count 4/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the thing is that the bottom and top number of a time signature may change. So that if you had 3/4 instead of 4/4, it would mean that you have 3 quarter notes in a measure instead of 4. So now you would count that like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, if I were to set my handy toggle switch here to 3, you would hear a few bars of 3/4 with the first bar accented. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there we have a couple of bars of 3/4. Now, as you continue learning about rhythm, it's very important to learn how to count along with whatever song you're trying to play, so that you can know how many bars elapse before something such as a verse or a chorus ends and the new part, such as a bridge or a guitar solo or whatever it is, starts. So counting bars is really, really important too. Now, one very good way to count bars, and I'm going to slow my tempo down here a little bit just to make things a little bit easier to count, is to say 1, 2, 3, 4, but the next time you say 2, 2, 3, 4. Then you say 3, 2, 3, 4. So you could count. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. I counted 4 bars. Okay, so now I'm going to put my metronome on with accent on 4 and count a few bars of 4, 4. In fact, I'll count 8 bars so you can see how that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. Now you see how that might be pretty valuable if you had a verse that lasted for 8 bars and then you have to switch to the next section. You could count and keep track of how many bars you just did. Anyway, that's our first lesson with understanding rhythm. And when you come back for the next lesson, it will deal with more time signatures and more notes before we start getting into the really crazy stuff. But thanks for your interest in this, and I hope you decide to download a free Steampunk metronome app so you can keep track of your timing and improve as well. We covered pulse, tempo, beats, quarter note, 4/4 time, 3/4 time, common time, and how to count more than one bar by increasing the number on the downbeat of each new bar. I'll see you next time. I'm Tobias Hurwitz for the Steampunk Metronome, signing off.